Hello, welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you. This one is called the Wet Pen Madrona. So the ink is Madrona. The company is the Wet Pen. This is a new company to me. I haven't tried any of their inks before. I got the sample from Julia here, so I'll leave her links down below as well so that you can find her. And on the website, at the time of me filming this Madrona ink is sold out, but they do have a restock notice email that you can sign up for. So I'll go ahead and leave that here. All right, let's go ahead and do a swatch of this. This looks really pretty. And the ink is named after the Madrona tree, which has this really pretty peeling bark that's kind of this like reddish orange color and green. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and write the name on here. It's Madrona, the Wet Pen. There we go. All right, so far it looks really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and set this under a fan to dry, and I'll be right back. All right, now I'm back with some copy paper, and I always like to test these inks out on copy paper because you never know when you're going to be in a situation where maybe you don't have your nicer papers with you because you're at work or school or something. So this just lets us know if the ink will behave itself on regular paper. There we go. And that's how that's looking so far. Kind of a reddish orange color, real pretty. I'm going to set it aside. And this is HP 32. And HP 32 paper is also copy paper, but it's smooth and it has, it resists the ink really well. So sometimes, if your ink has special properties in it, it'll sometimes show up on this paper. So this is a good budget option. And if there are any colors that you would like to see me review, just leave a suggestion, and if I have it or if I can get it, then we'll do a review video for you. All right, that's how that's looking so far. Super pretty. And then here is the Tomoe River paper. And Tomoe River paper is also very smooth. It also resists the ink very nicely. And usually the ink will show up better on this, the different properties will show up better on this paper. So I always like to do a review on it. And I can tell you that this ink feels like a wetter ink. It doesn't feel dry at all, which is nice. And if these videos are helpful to you at all, or if you enjoy watching them, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any, and it also helps me out. There we go. All right, that's how that's looking so far. I'm going to check on the swatch, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back, and here is how this turned out. So on copy paper, it's a really pretty reddish color. It's really, really nice. It behaved itself well, so this would probably be safe to use on any paper. There is a tiny bit of shading in a couple of places here, where it goes from like that lighter red to like a deeper red color. So there is that. It is a very nice color, even on, and a very nice ink the way it behaves on this paper. So this would be a safe one, I think, to use on any paper. And then here it is on the HP 32, and it looks like a different color. You have a much deeper, richer reddish color here. There's a little bit more shading in the writing. And then also there is a little bit of a green halo going around some of these swatches. And then up here in these little loops, you can kind of see a little bit of that green coming through. And I wonder if that's just because of how heavily the ink goes down when I first start writing. And then of course we got it in the swatches, not so much here, but in the writing in certain places where the ink was pooling a little bit, you can see a tiny bit of that green. So there is some dimension to it by comparison, so you can see these two side by side, that the HP 32 does definitely bring out a little bit more of the ink's features. And then here's how it looks on the Tomoe River. And again, it's like a totally different ink. And I'm going to see if the light will pick up that sheen. Very, very pretty. So you've got this orangey red now, and it's got this lovely green sheen going through it. You can see it up here in the loops and in the writing, anywhere where the ink goes down a little bit heavier. You see that lovely green sheen. And then, of course, the shading and the writing, everything from this light red to a deeper red to the green sheen. It's very, very pretty. So this is a beautiful color, and I'm definitely going to be putting it in a pen. This is one of my new favorites, so this is super pretty, and hopefully I'll be able to get a full-size bottle of this someday. And here is how it looks on the swatch card, and you can really see how pretty. You've got this beautiful reddish orange color here that goes down into these green, the green sheen. Very, very pretty. And of course you can see all the colors down there on the writing. And I'm just hoping that the camera will pick up that sheen. So anyway, this is a beautiful color. I'll leave a link down below where you can find the wet pen. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.